Hello everyone, it's Scoob and I want to try a new type of cast where I go to the game a bit slower. This is a ladder game played earlier this week when I face off against the entire poop of Decay with me. The map is Crossfire Canal, or like I like to call it Pizza because it looks like slice of pizza. On that map I prefer opening with an air factory because we don't really need land on that part of the map. Maybe if there is some raid you need a land factory, but the land factory on that island comes later, usually on the corner where as engineer to reclaim the whole island. And I want to showcase that game because I had a lot of struggle. I was winning most of the game, but you will see the air game is not my strong suit. The build order on that map is just mostly engineer, and you want to have quickly transport to get to two of the side. Sometimes try to get those both island or the two island close to you. Getting the island across the map is considered like an aggressive move, and sometimes when you get your transport killed, you forfeit. The game is already done. You can come back because there is still a lot of reclaim, and don't forget to pick up the rocks on the really far edge of the map. There are some big rocks that often I'll forget. Right now I think I should have a little bit more build power on my energy production because that's still not a lot. Maybe I should have built a air escort at least, just to know if there is a bomber or some interceptor to bully me. But yeah, score are quite similar. Yeah, we are quite at the same point of the game. Maybe it's faster on the hydro. Yeah, because he put 2 engineer. Now I should stop building that air factory and building more energy. Because yeah, I'm building interceptor, but I don't have the energy for it. Building them half the speed, that's not a good sign. Problem fixed, I have most of my island. Even if you don't put your transport, having engineer work and build factory still a good idea. It's like a secure way to get the island. Even if you don't get the transport, I use transport to build the mexes on the island and reclaim, and the work engineer to build factory. Yeah, like I said, I like to have one factory on the corner to get the whole reclaim of the map. And while I'm waiting for the transport, I put them on upgrading my economy. So now I have 4. I sent my interceptor protecting my transport a bit too late, but it was fine. He just got the time to put it. If I was paying more attention, I would have lost my transport without the engineer. Let's see how's the map going. Yeah, you see, he's got to the island way faster than me. And you have to pay attention to the drop. That guy was really good with them. Go back to my view. So like I said, I produce unit with the factory there until I got the control of it at least. Yeah, the early game on that map is not that exciting. There's just a drop that I saw, but I'm waiting to have a bit more than a few troops. I should have scouted to know how many engineer that was expanding. Because now I have a bigger army, but he has a bigger production. I should lose that if I don't support it with other way than my troop. There is a big air fight. I have less than him. I should have retreated after one pass. Yeah, no, I should have retreated. I mean, you have to pay attention to a lot of things. It's hard. It really is. I'm a bit more efficient. I have a slightly more economy because I started upgrading my mechs earlier than him. But yeah, I still have a bit more reclaim. But now the drop is kind of paying off for him. I would need a lot of bomber to beat that. And I also, because I don't have enough intel, invest a lot of unit there that I could have sent more engineer to reclaim the island. But back to the fight. Now there is a PD. I can fight PD as Aeon with just tank. You need bomber or RT to beat them. But I prefer focusing on the unit with my bomber to decrease the amount of units I have to fight. Because I mean, if I don't fight to his PD range, it's fine. Now I am T2. I have some gunship. The Aeon gunship is for me the best one. The T2 gunship. Alpha damage. Not don't have the DPS of the Seraphim, but its maneuverability and its AoE damage is quite good for me. No, because I am on, I can raid with my tank. I try to have focus, but there is 2 points of focus on that game, plus paying attention to what it can bring on my side. And now I see there is Navy. The game is a mess. The game is a true mess. He got more reclaim than me, but I got a better echo, and I have an amazing trade value. If I didn't have that KDA, I would have suffered way more. And with that factory that tried to reclaim the island, that's the factory that will help and send to build more navy. The navy is not that important. The air is more important than the navy on that map, at least until the T2 phase. But right now I just want to have the navy part secure. You see, I still did quite a bit of damage to him. He have to rebuild the corner of his base multiple times. And now that I've pushed back that, I have a lot of reclaim to grab there. 6k reclaim, that's nothing to scoff off. That's 10% of what we have made on the game. And I think that's my strong suit, getting the reclaim and scale up the economy. I don't make good decisions. I don't have a lot of RPM. I don't make a lot of move, but I suck up the mass and I spend it, and that's a good way to be at the game, at least for my humble level. Now I should have made more. I should have made T2 engineer and made more T2 energy, because that many 76 T1 is a bit too much. That's 10 T2 pigeon and 10 T2 pigeon is 5k energy production and not 2k. Now I have to pay attention to those gunship. I have to react fast because the Aurora are thin paper, and those gunship have AoE damage, so they are extra good against low HP, high number unit. You see, I have my Air Force after the fact. It was really painful to play. I wanted to play a bunch of games, try a new build, but now I have to have that slug of game where where there is a lot of thing happening everywhere. Now there is a cliff beating my Aurora and a commander getting vet off of it. I don't know how many kills it got, but it was something absurd. Look, if he had some overcharge, that would be so nice for him. But see, those mexes deny him. I deny some mexes on the side. The trade is not as good as anymore, but I think I have now more production. Yeah, look at the production of mass. that's my strong suit. Spending the mass to get more mass, but sometimes I got overboard and I have to fight 10k unit, 10k mass of units with 5k mass of my unit and twice the income. I would need to pause, take a break of what's happening. Even if I lose that army, it's fine. If I take the break and reorganize what I'm doing, I would have done better that game. But I don't like to be non-efficient, not spending the time doing something. Taking a break is something that is good for you, but I don't do enough. Do as I say, not what I do. It's a common thing. I feel that he saw my commander and he could have tried to snipe it if he had the read on it. I don't know if he ever knew that my commander was hiding there. And I'm beginning to have some T3. I have T3 mechs and not even one T2 power generator. It's beginning to fix my power issue. But right now I should even be at T3. When you are close to 200 mass per second, if you are not at T3, you're doing something wrong. For me, T3 is when you are like plus 120, I would say. That's when you think about the T3 phase. If you are not on it, you should at least think about it. Yeah, now I am at the T3 and I'm building air, but the T3 air, if you don't have T3 power, is close to impossible. So I will stop building those air production, make a bunch of T3 engineer to scale up my production. And you see, he sent a bunch of time unit on the side, and that's not a lot of to invest, and that can pay a lot. Some side, let's say I'm focusing on that front and that front, and I'm not saying that there is something fighting on my back. You can do a lot if you are behind. Doing those kind of play, low risk, high reward, is a good way to come back. And now I'm dropping. I think that's a drop of engineer to get reclaim. Yeah, 2 engineer. The value. But I have too much mass that don't want to reclaim right now. Yeah, as you see, when you see you have too much mass, you pick the highest factory you have and spam engineer. Except if you are in great danger, but if you are not, just spam engineer. That's a good way to have a way to spend your mass. No, itching the side. Yeah, I didn't forget that next. He catch up. He catch up really fast. But now I think I have more in air. I have close to 6k in air, and you have, yeah. The air game is on my side. And I should have redone the order. I don't know why I still have a factory producing with a rally point. You see, he sent some Genshi there, so he should have a free reign with its T3 bomber. But I just sent DNT and not the ASF. That's why I still have something over there. I have the echo, and because I was focusing on so many things, a good thing to have is a nuke launcher. I was just trying to get my mexes. I have the air control at least on my side, and try to stop his navy. I had a lot of focus, and when I'm doing that, I like to build nuke as a way to end the game. And when it's past 25 minutes, it's usually a good thing to scout to see if there is nuke, because that's usually the time when people can afford it. I was fully annoying on the side with my destroyer, so no, it shouldn't be that long. I'm no way ahead. I have a third more mass per second. But you will see, the game still drag because I really struggle. I really struggle with so many things to handle. Now you see sending one tank, one over tank on each mexes. That's really annoying for me. It's hard to deny, and it can do a lot. Look, one T2 tank kill a T2 mex. Two T2 tank kill two T2 mex, and I have to respond. It's really hard for me. And props to him. He's behind, he's still fighting back. The game is still not over. He could still snipe this if he scored it. It's 11 Tor bomber going on the side, fighting him. I think I have a poor radar system. Where it is? I have some radar on that island. I don't have radar on that island. I don't think I have a T3 radar with plus 26k max, and I don't have the T3 radar. I have spent too much mass on the energy. 20k, 35k, 40. Damn. That's close to 2 Colossus in energy. I mean, I will soon produce a lot of air. Like I say in my interview with Duelist, I really fear the air because I'm not good at it. I don't have a good attention, so that's where I can slip and lose. And I just need to practice. Practice makes perfect. And you see, that's my first nuke. It will deal a lot. Let's see. 50k mass. 50k mass and no anti-nuke. He respawned everywhere. That's nice. Really good of him. That one would be juicier because that's his main energy production. And having no energy is so hard to claim back. And now I sent some transport to his base, try to grab his mechs, but my transport are empty. I don't know what happened with them, but I remember trying to get that mass back to put salt on his injury. There I saw some transport, and I was thinking to myself that, oh no, something bad is going to happen to me. I don't like it. I should stop producing air, building some experimental, and putting an end to this mess. But I'm struggling. I don't know why it doesn't shoot it. That's weird. Oh, it doesn't have the radar coverage. See, I knew there was something. I was looking for it, and I still don't have the T3 radar. That's a big mistake for me. I have some T3 mechs not capped. There I wanted to have some forward post where it's cost him to send air there. It would be better there, but I had some T3 engineer idling. Yeah, I also have a lot of problem with low energy. I don't know what he's trying to do with that. What's the point of it? Props to him, still in the game. 10 minutes after, for me it was over for him, but still going strong. And my second nuke, but that one, he was prepared for it. He just had it, the bastard. And I tried to hunt down his air, because some air I think that is most likely way out. I didn't fear his experimental because I can make a bunch of gunship or T1 bomber and kill it, so I don't fear the experimental. The only threat is a snipe for me. It's a snipe or a nuke, but I often pass over his base, so if there is a nuke, I will be prepared for it. And now, as a good Ion, when you have air control, switching ASF to Restorer is a good thing. Or you invest that mass into a Tsar, as you prefer. See, so many drop. It really upset me how many drop he could get away. Because I'm a guy that make the Control A move to select all his air and move my air around with that, not selecting some smart group. I don't know if a Monkey Lord have enough torpedo damage to kill 2 destroyers. I really don't know. I should test it someday. Look at his echo. The guy is echo up like crazy. He's pretty good at it. Maybe even better than me. I mean, he's at 1200. He should be better than me. Lot of air. Putting some T2A on the close to the middle. Really good point. It's a good thing to do, because a lot of air is going there. And there is another nuke cancel. I was upset. Damn. He anticipated. He was prepared for me, and there was not. I mean, this one was more prepared than the last one. I should not have expected to land that one. But that one should have hit it. And now I have enough restorer to kill most of his thing. That's a bit much. I don't want to fight 2k PD, T1 PD with my restorer. I just want to kill his mass production. Just hit the mass production and leave that be. You don't need to fight the PD. I think that's my Colossus. Yeah. To finish that island. And look at how clean is it. My side is way more cleaner than his. And that's a really important point to the game. Just reclaim. Always thinking about the reclaim. And I don't have my air with my restorer. Ah, it's so painful to watch. I mean, I'm at the point where I think it won't matter in the long run, but still, not making mistake as a rule is good for you. Oh, look at the Colossus doing God's work. You see, just need to kill this Echo. That will hurt it way more than it hurt me. Oh, it's mid-clocking. See, I saw the drop, didn't react. I made some PD, tried to defend it. For me, it was it's low priority anti-nuke, but it was not. It was the most defended point, and I keep sending nuke to it. The mistake were made once more. Having those three, I like to have some round off spot with A, where if flew sometime is there, they can add a lot of value. Yeah, no, the game is in the bag, and I don't think he can recover. I even have some meme torrent trying to kill the anti-nuke, if I remember. But with cruiser and torrent, focus the shield and anti-missile first. Yeah, look at that. Look at that beauty. Now it doesn't have a nuke, so the next nuke is for that. And now the Colossus trying to kill the AA. But when I saw that there was so much on it, I was thinking it's better to kill his energy production. Look at that. Having that at that point of the game is a death sentence. No, it doesn't have anti-nuke. Oh, the pain. The pain. And I think that's when he resigned. Well played to him. It was a really hard fought battle. If you like that kind of new cast, don't hesitate to comment. Try to send some transport, but I have air everywhere. And that is self-com, that doesn't make the landing. Well, I hope you like it. Have a nice day.